Former U.S. President Donald Trump has been indicted on felony charges for working to overturn the results of the 2020 election in the run-up to the violent riot by his supporters at the U.S. Capitol, with the Justice Department acting to hold him accountable for an unprecedented effort to block the peaceful transfer of presidential power and threaten American democracy. The four-count indictment, the third criminal case against Trump, provided deeper insight into a dark moment that has already been the subject of exhaustive federal investigations and captivating public hearings. Good morning, I'm Abheudaya Shrestha, and these are the headlines of the hour. CPN Maoist Center's Central Committee meeting to kick off today after a gap of 13 months. Prime Minister and Party Chairperson Pushpa Kamal Dahal scheduled to present a political report today. Newly appointed Chief Minister of Koshi Province, Uddhav Thapa, to take the oath of office in secrecy later this evening. Oath-taking ceremony rescheduled due to dispute in distribution of number of ministers. Former U.S. President Donald Trump indicted for his wide-ranging attempts to overturn the 2020 election. Trump indicted for the third time in 4 months campaigns to regain the presidency next year. And 4 matches today at the FIFA Women's World Cup. Argentina to clash against Sweden and Italy to face South Africa in Group G. France up against Panama and Brazil to face Jamaica in Group F. Ruling party CPN Maoist Center is holding its Central Committee meeting from today. A total of 758 party members will be participating in the meeting. The Central Committee meeting that is being held after a gap of 13 months has been scheduled to start at 1 p.m. at the Nepal Academy in Kamladi, Kathmandu today. The party's Central Committee meeting held at the party office in Koteshwar earlier this morning discussed on the preparations for today's Central Committee meeting. The meeting also decided not to broadcast live the proceedings of the Central Committee meeting on the party's official Facebook page as mentioned earlier. The party has informed that a total of 758 members will be participating in the meeting, which includes 385 central members, 198 alternative central members, 100 office bearers of the province committee, and 75 members of various party commissions. Party General Secretary Dev Prasad Gurung is scheduled to present the agendas, while Prime Minister and Party Chairperson Pushpa Kamal Dahal is scheduled to present a political report at today's meeting. At the 5-day meeting, all the central members will be able to express their views on the political report presented by the party chairperson. Party leaders have informed that discussions will be held at the 5-day meeting on distribution of responsibilities of leaders, announcement of a 3-month campaign on the extension of organizations, statute and special convention, performance of the government, among other issues. Nepali Congress's Provincial Assembly leader for Koshi Province, Uddhav Thapa, who was appointed the province's chief minister for the second time yesterday, will be taking the oath of office and secrecy later this evening. The office of the province governor informed that Thapa, who was appointed chief minister yesterday after securing a majority, will take the oath of office and secrecy from province governor Parshuram Khapung at 5 p.m. later this evening. The oath-taking ceremony was earlier scheduled to take place at 10:30 this morning. However, the ceremony had to be rescheduled due to dispute on the distribution of the number of ministers. The meeting of the Constitutional Council held yesterday afternoon to dwell on the potential candidate to lead the judiciary ended inconclusively. Incumbent Chief Justice Hari Krishna Karki will retire this Saturday based on age limit. The next meeting of the Constitutional Council has been scheduled for 5 p.m. this Thursday. Based on constitutional provisions, the Council is required to recommend the candidate a month prior to the retirement of the incumbent Chief Justice. However, as the Constitutional Council, for various reasons, failed to do so, the judiciary is likely to be led by an acting Chief Justice, considering the parliamentary hearing process that will still be due. Based on seniority, out of the 14 justices at the Supreme Court, experts say Justice Vishwambar Prasad Shrestha is the senior most and the likely candidate the Constitutional Council could recommend. The government has announced it will provide free vaccines for lumpy skin disease that has affected majority of the livestock farmers. Government spokesperson Rekha Sharma said that the meeting of the Council of Ministers held yesterday had directed the Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development to prepare a proposal to provide compensation to livestock farmers that have been affected by the epidemic. Likewise, the meeting approved presenting the bill related to federal education at the Parliament and has approved Regulation 2080 related to advertisement monitoring. The meeting has also decided to approve grant worth 202.2 million rupees under the Global Environment Facility. The session of the House of Representatives called for yesterday has been adjourned till 7th of August. This comes after the Parliament's Work Management Committee failed to facilitate for a consensus between the ruling side and the main opposition, CPN-UML, which has been adamant on its demand for the formation of a high-level committee to probe into the recent gold scandal. During the meeting held yesterday, representatives from CPN-UML said the party's lawmakers will continue to obstruct the Parliament session until a committee was formed. Following the meeting, lawmakers from the ruling parties, unwilling to form such a committee, had suggested for postponing the session. Ruling parties are of the opinion that another committee was unnecessary considering the ongoing investigation by the state mechanism. Of the 3 previous sessions, CPN-UML had obstructed one, while 2 sessions had been adjourned considering CPN-UML's stance on not letting the sessions resume until their demands were met. Earlier yesterday morning, Speaker Devraj Ghimire had held consultations with Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal and CPN-UML Chair KP Sharma Oli. According to the Parliament Secretariat, Speaker Ghimire has been drawing the attention of concerned leaders towards the delay in addressing the plight of the public amid continued obstructions. Minister for Fiscal Infrastructure and Transport Management Prakash Jwala has said his ministry alone cannot handle the management of natural disasters during the monsoon season. Speaking at the meeting of the Federal Parliament's Development and Technology Committee, where members of the committee urged the government to learn from the recent Samakushi incident where a boy went missing after being swept away by flash flood in a local stream, calling for the management of drainage systems, Minister Jwala said that it was not the sole responsibility of the ministry to look after natural disasters. He added that all relevant units needed to coordinate in this regard. However, Minister Jwala clarified that his ministry was well aware to ensure no untoward incidents occur in the bridges and roads that the ministry directly looks after. The Nepal Oil Corporation has revised the prices for petroleum products effective from today. The corporation has raised the prices for petrol by 9 rupees per litre, diesel and kerosene by 7 rupees per litre each, while it has reduced the price for LPG by 130 rupees per cylinder. In Biratnagar, Janakpur, Amlekganj, Bhalbari, Nepalganj and Dhangadi, the rate for petrol from today will be 170 rupees 50 paisa per litre and diesel and kerosene will be 150 rupees 50 paisa per litre each. In Surkhet and Dan, consumers will have to pay 172 rupees per litre for petrol and 152 rupees per litre for diesel and kerosene. In Kathmandu, Pokhara and Dipail, the cost of petrol will be 173 rupees per litre and diesel and kerosene will be 153 rupees per litre. Meanwhile, the price for LPG has been revised to 1,660 rupees per cylinder. Businesses have arbitrarily hiked the prices of rice in the pretext of India's decision to halt exporting of all kinds of rice except basmati. Meanwhile, the government has remained a mere spectator to the price hike as consumers are having to bear the brunt. Producers and distributors of lentils, rice grains, oil and sugar had assured to the Department of Commerce, Supplies and Consumer Protection they would not increase the prices of items that have already been sent to the market. However, around 200 to 300 rupees have been increased per sack of rice based on the department's recent monitoring. Nepal imports majority of rice from India. Following the southern neighbor's decision to halt the export of rice as it anticipates a reduction in production in near future, the Ministry of Industry, Commerce and Supply and the department have started keeping stock of food items. Businesses say they have a balance to sustain supply for 2 months, while Food Management and Trading Company has 186,927 metric tons of paddy and rice in store. However, in regard to the price hike, consumer rights activists have said that the government has failed to regulate the supply chain. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What's your take on business persons increasing the price of rice in the pretext of India's decision to stop rice export? Your options are A, high-handedness of business persons, B, lack of monitoring, and C, result of dependency on imports. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked farmers in all the 7 provinces if they have faced issues assessing chemical fertilizers. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
युरिया खादको लागि कतिचोटि जानु परिरहेछ 3 चोटि 4 चोटि तर पनि पाइरहेछ छैन
नेपालमा दिदैन सरकारले त कहाँबाट ल्याउँछ मल त इन्डियाबाट जसरी होस् मान्छे त गरिहाल्छ खेती
सरकारले पनि हो बेलामा दिन्छु अब बेला भइसकेपछि पनि दिदैन अब किसान चाहिँ त्यतिकै गयो
खाद मलको समस्या छ सरकारले हामी किसानहरूलाई मद्दत गरिदिनु पर्ने
विगत वर्षमा जति असहज थियो यसपालि त्यस्तो असहज महसुस भएन सहजै प्राप्त भयो
2-4 किलो मल पाउनको लागि पनि घण्टौं लाइनसम्म उभिनु पर्छ
जति सजिलो सहज रूपमा किसानहरूले पाउनु पर्ने हो त्यो चाहिँ नभएको देखिन्छ
भित्रभित्रै के अरे कर्मचारीहरू तालमेल मिलायो लपका खायो कृषकले कहाँ पाएको छ र
स्थानीय सरकारहरूले पनि ध्यान आकर्षण गरिरहेको छैन यसमा धेरै उसके मल खाद्यहरू पनि व्यवस्था भइरहेको छैन समयमै
भनेको बेला पाइँदैन लाइन बस्नु पर्छ भाउ धेरै हुन्छ
लाइन बस्नु पर्छ कहिले अब 3-4 दिन पछि मलको अभाव छ भन्छ देखाउँछ कहिले पाउँदैन
विगत वर्षको जस्तो त्यस्तो अभावै छैन
धान रोप्न चाहिँ अब मल चाहिँ राम्रै गरी पाइयो
जति किसानहरूले पाउनु पर्ने हो चाहिनु पर्ने किसानहरूलाई त्यति पर्याप्त मात्रामा छैन
30 रुपैयाँ किलोले ल्याइयो अनि त्यो पनि नागरिकता 5 वटा नागरिकता राखेर
न सिँचाइ न खाद्य डिएपी यो सबै मलहरू पनि उपलब्ध छैन
चाहिने जतिको मल या सिँचाइका सुविधाहरू अहिले सरकारले यहाँ स्थानीय सरकारहरूदेखि लिएर प्रशासनले कुनै किसिमको त्यस्तो व्यवस्था हुन सकेको छैन
The Anti-Human Trafficking Bureau of Nepal Police has received at least 26 applications regarding trafficking of Nepali youths to Thailand and neighboring regions in the name of employment. According to the Bureau, a Nepali national and a Chinese national have been arrested who have been alleged of taking Nepali youths on visit visa and keeping them hostage. In light of the development, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has urged all concerned to ensure they have taken labor permit before embarking on their journeys for foreign employment. The Bureau received 157 cases of human trafficking in the Nepalese fiscal year 2079-80. It's time now for the international update. Donald Trump was indicted yesterday for his wide-ranging attempts to overturn the 2020 election, the third time in 4 months that the former U.S. president has been criminally charged, even as he campaigns to regain the presidency next year. The 4-count, 45-page indictment charges Republican Trump with conspiring to defraud the U.S. by preventing Congress from certifying Democrat Joe Biden's victory and to deprive voters of their right to a fair election. Prosecutors said then-President Trump pushed fraud claims he knew to be untrue, pressured state and federal officials, including Vice President Mike Pence, to alter the results, and finally incited a violent assault on the U.S. Capitol in a desperate attempt to undermine American democracy and cling to power. Trump was ordered to make an initial appearance in federal court in Washington on Thursday. The case has been assigned to U.S. District Judge Tanya Chutkan, who was appointed by Trump's predecessor, Barack Obama. The charges stem from special counsel Jack Smith's sprawling investigation into allegations Trump sought to reverse his loss to Biden. Despite a dizzying and growing array of legal troubles, Trump has solidified his status as the front-runner for the Republican presidential nomination, according to public opinion polls. Weeks of assertions that the election had been stolen culminated in a fiery Trump speech on January 6, 2021, as Congress met to certify the results. Soon after, his supporters stormed the U.S. Capitol in a bid to stop Congress from formalizing Biden's victory.
Sports news.
A preliminary national squad to play at the ICC Women's T20 World Cup Asia qualifiers has been announced, as 6 new players have been included this time. Former skipper Neri Thapa has also made a comeback. Neri had last played for the national team in 2019. The Cricket Association of Nepal, CAN, released the names of 24 cricketers yesterday. The list of players to debut for the national team include Khushi Dangol, Kanchan Shrestha, Pooja Mahato, Ruby Podar, Manisha Chaudhary and Sneha Mahara. Likewise, the squad also includes Rubina Chetri, Sita Rana Magar, Indu Verma, Kavita Kumar, Kavita Joshi, Ashmina Karmacharya, Kritika Marsini, Bindu Rawal, Apsari Begum, Kajal Shrestha, Samjana Khadga and Ishwari Bista. The first round closed camp training will also include Jyoti Pandey, Saraswati Chaudhary, Shabnam Rai, Roma Thapa and Srishti Jaisi. Nepal is in Group A of the Asia qualifiers, along with organizers Malaysia, Bahrain, Bhutan, Qatar and the UAE. Group B has Thailand, Hong Kong, China, Kuwait and Myanmar. The 2 teams that reach the final of the qualifiers from Asia will book a place in the global qualifiers. CAN has been doing legworks to contract a batting coach from India as preparation for the qualifiers. The batting coach is expected to arrive on Friday and the training is to begin from Saturday. The ICC Women's T20 World Cup Asia qualifiers is scheduled between 31st of August to 9th of September. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.